Welcome to the official Munzee podcast.
I'm Rob, also known as Coach V, your host and the president of Munzee.
And I'm Craig, also known as Michell. I'm here to explore the world of Munzee from within.
Each week, we'll delve into Munzee's mysteries, discover treasures, and inform players from around the world just what's coming your way.
So sit back, relax, as today we talk about the week that was, as we always do, a fully balanced meal of Mech, some golden carrots, some golden bunnies, a very important question for Rob from a player, and also ending itself. Rob, I've got a Munzee tip of the week from a player again. How cool is that?
Hey, that's a great thing. I love to hear tips from players.
Yes, because especially the ones that play often, then they give out the good tips. It's not just me and you, mate. It's not just me and you.
It's nice when players share with other players.
Exactly right. Mate, what have you been up to in the last week since I saw you last?
You know what? I did a few very important things. I deployed my golden carrot during the month of November.
Oh, you did, good man.
I know, right? We've talked about that several times, about how I continue to forget. So 1 month in a row, I'm going to go ahead and try now that we're in December. I'm going to try for December, make it 2 months in a row.
Wow, look at you.
Goals.
Look at you.
Right.
Leading by example.
Right, exactly. And speaking of that, I also put together my Munzee Monthly Moments video, and this is the first month in a while that I've done that as well. So I'm going to go for my streak and see if I can get it 2 months in a row as well.
Look at that. Look at that. Yes, the Munzee Monthly Moments. It's been a hit, so to speak. It's very different compared to the old style.
Yeah.
But for this month anyway, just gone. But I think a lot of people have actually embraced it, Rob, as well. I've had a few people message me and reach out and say, things like, Craig, how do I screen record this? I don't have an editing software program like you do. So I've helped them along, Rob. And you know what? They've done a great job. Those who've reached out to me, they've got an entry in the draw. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was really great. It was great to see some new people jumping in. And it was great to see, I suppose, people learning new skills while doing it. So the nice part is you've kind of changed it up for this month, for December. So how have you been, and how have things gone for you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. This month for my monthly moments, if we're going to keep on that subject for a second, I can actually officially say, because it is now Friday, December the 1st, it's going to be released today on the Munzee YouTube channel. Guys, if you want to get involved in this stuff, go to the Munzee official YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you get notified every time a new video pops up in that channel itself. And this month, Rob, we're going back to the old style. Back to what people are normally comfortable with, because it's that time of the year, Rob. So it's comfortability, if that's a word, but it's a Christmas time, and so it is capping a normal QR code anywhere near some Christmas decorations. And Rob, we want to see the big decorations, don't we? Like the bigger the better. Let's be honest.
Yes, the bigger the better. Yeah. That typically applies in America because there are so many places. Houses, and everyone really gets into it, and that I've noticed is not quite the tradition in other places around the world. They don't try and use an entire year's worth of electricity in 1 month.
Exactly. Mind you, in America here, what I've seen, it's not just Christmas time, Rob. It's Halloween as well. Halloween is huge here too. So, but anyway, we're talking about Christmas. Here's a tip for you, Rob. Yeah. If someone were to maybe get dressed up as Santa and Santa cap the QR code, for instance, in front of Christmas, wow, wouldn't that be a good video?
We're talking example and winner quality.
There you go. See?
Maybe even Mrs. Claus, for the misses that are out there.
Yeah, exactly right. Either or, doesn't really matter.
Rudolph, there's a lot. The Grinch, there's a lot of opportunities. You're, good thinking.
And speaking of YouTube videos and videos in general, Rob, tomorrow, December the 2nd, on my personal channel, this one is I'm releasing a 8-series Munzee tutorial for beginners. Rob, it is for beginners. So these people who are listening to this Munzee podcast probably won't get much, I dare say, out of the 8-part series. But for beginners, you can always push people to this beginner series and say, look, this is Munzee. This is what you do. It is, as I said before, it has to be beginners first, Rob, because this stuff is so deep.
Yes.
Munzee has got so many levels. It's ridiculous.
I can imagine that it's going to take more than a series of 8 to really dive into it. However, breaking the beginning of Munzee down into 8 sections, you might even have had a difficult time trying to figure out what 8 things to put together. But yeah, thanks for doing that. And yeah, everybody share that. Let's talk. Let's talk about how to do that, and get more people in. And this is a good tool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk about that on next week's show. More about that on next week's show after you've watched all of the 8 series too, and you can tell me how wrong I was in some of those videos, mate.
It depends on where you read on what sort of rules you might find, and sometimes things get updated and they don't get refreshed on our tutorial or our help manual. Yeah.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the last thing that I've got done for this week is the clan wars themselves. One of the tutorials is on clan wars. It's okay. I may or may not have got some things wrong with it because they've changed. But anyway, my clan, Rob, my clan of 7, we finished in the top 100. How cool is that, mate?
That's actually,
I know, we're in the top 100.
Wow.
Level 5. We got to level 5. We're a team of 7, level 5.
Wow.
But I've got to say this, and a big shout out here. I normally lead my team, Rob, because I'm in the US and they're in Australia, right? So I normally lead my team, but I've been in the shadow of, her name is Purple Cash Eater, and she's leading the way in our team now. Why? Because like 2 weeks ago, Rob, we spoke about the tip of the week in regards to the Skylands and the tree houses. Remember that tip? And building your nest? She did that, Rob, and look at her now. She's like flying ahead, over 500,000 points in this clan wars by herself, and she lives in a small country-ish town.
Wow.
So yeah,
well, that's amazing.
Big shout out to her. Good job.
Congrats. Yeah. Well done to her. Well done to the whole clan. And that's good to see.
Yeah, it really was. Anyway, Rob, that's enough from us and you and I. Let's get on to the week that was. We had some events in the USA. We had some events in Florida, Texas on Friday. There was no events on Saturday, if you remember. And on Sunday, we had Iowa, Florida, and Victoria, Australia as well.
Yep, that was the end of November. Things have settled in for the end of that week.
Yeah. And
as usual, no events on the 1st and 2nd of December. Instead, we jumped straight to Sunday. And we've got a lot of events coming up that there's 2 in Florida, 1 in California, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Missouri, Texas. In Canada, there are 2 in British Columbia, Ontario. In the world, we've got Denmark, Hungary, England, and ACT, Australia. So that's what's
one of my favorite places, ACT Australia. Not favorite for any other reason apart from geocaching and Munzee, to be honest with you. Yeah. But anyway, because that's our White House lives in ACT. It's the Australian Capital Territory. That's what it stands for. So there you go.
There you go.
But the points, Rob, over the weekend, right now. I'll say this. Listen to this one name, this one name only. Whelan, his name is. His name. I've met him personally as well. If you meet him, you never forget who he is because he always he lives in Minnesota, freezing cold, and always wears a cut-off sleeve shirt, like one of those sleeveless shirts. Yeah. Anyway, he does the Munzee videos as well on YouTube. He came second on Friday. So on Friday, we had Nutty Nan, who got 300,000 points. Then Whelan got second, and then Jaroslav Kass and HBRB, they all got over 200K as well. Wow. Saturday, what did he get Saturday, Rob?
Saturday, Aaron Sug, 340,000. And like you said, Whelan comes in second. HBRB again on there. Skindo, Jaroslav Kass again on there. All of them over 200,000 points.
And then comes Sunday. Sunday pops by. And what happens? Whelan gets his first place. He's not always the bridesmaid, never the bride. He got first place after 2 days of being in second. He got 366,000. And then second place, and again, another name that's kind of, been on our leaderboard a lot is HBRB with 266,000 points. Yep. Rob, this is a lot of points these guys get.
It's pretty amazing how many points are out there and people just go and grab them. There are, don't forget, leaderboards. There's different ones. There's daily leaderboards, there are monthly leaderboards, and there's also a yearly leaderboard. So some of these people might be competing to move their way up the different monthly ones or the overall yearly. And then obviously there's the worldwide overall leaderboard. So we're seeing a
Yeah.
lot of movement there these days.
You missed some leaderboards, Rob.
What?
There is the virtual leaderboard.
Oh.
There's the virtual capture leaderboard, the virtual placing leaderboard. There's the physical capture, the physical placing, the overall physical.
You sound like someone who's made tutorials about leaderboards, possibly, and reminders for new players about things that I have completely forgotten. Love it.
I know. No, the what do you call it? The leaderboards aren't on the tutorial yet.
Oh.
They might come in the intermediate ones. They may come in the intermediate ones, I dare say. Also, we've got to mention as well the first possible mega event for 2024 coming up. January 11 to 14, 5 events in Orlando, Florida. So, as I said in the last week's episode, we have to mention this because we want to get people in big groups together and actually make it a mega event because there's different mega rules now. So there you go. Make sure you get down to Orlando, Florida in January.
Yes.
5 events. That's cool.
Yep, it's going to be good. And the sun shines down there. So if you're living in a place where the sun is not shining in early January and it is not warm, I'm not guaranteeing warm early January, but I've been to these events several times, and a lot of people are wearing shorts.
Yes. And it's warmer down there than anywhere up north if you're in the Northern Hemisphere.
That is true.
So, yes, exactly right. What's coming up this week, Rob? What's happened this week? I saw the Gardens of the Month have been published as well.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I love a garden, Rob. I do love a garden.
You really do. You really do. And you build them, you put them out there, and if you build them, people will deploy. So that's the nice part. It's just about sharing where those gardens are, and people love to deploy. Some people choose based on the design, which is what our Gardens of the Month are about. They are about the design. Both of the gardens that won were actually quite old. So we had a lot of players from quite a few years ago that were earning badges that they may not even be playing anymore. Badges popping in for them anyway. We've got a couple of places that people can look for gardens if they want to deploy.
Yes. Yeah, exactly right. You can go on the Facebook page. There's 2 Facebook pages for Munzee Gardens, and also on the Discord server as well. There's a Munzee Gardens on the Discord server. But what I love about the gardens that some people don't know about, and I'll be honest, Rob, I didn't know about this either until I got my first one, and that is if you place at least one Munzee in a Munzee garden, and that Munzee garden wins Garden of the Month, you get a badge.
Yes, you do. It's a badge that is a picture of the design of the garden. And
I know.
It's worth looking for them. And if you're looking for a daily deploy and it's not something that you want to put in your own area, then maybe start looking into gardens.
Exactly. That's what got me into gardens in the first place, because I like to deploy. And as I say in my tutorials, Rob, as well, this game isn't just about capping physical Munzees. This is a game of a thinking person's game as well. You got to think outside the box sometimes. And I think this is where the big players like Whelan and all them, you're going to run out of Munzee. If all you're doing is walking around capping physical Munzee, you're going to run out. Yes. Let's be honest, There's only so many magnets you can go through on physical Munzees and whatnot as well. It's the deploying part, to deploy Munzees in high areas, to deploy Munzees in gardens, for instance, and stuff like that too. So, yes, people, get your Munzees into some gardens ASAP. That's all I'll say about that. Now, you've also opened the old Zeeops. I've loved this.
Yeah.
I've loved this. You opened all the old Zeeops again. Yes, I love Zeeops.
We put them out as part of Cyber Munzee, put all of the old Zeeops back in, and you can purchase those through the in-app store. So they're not available online, just through the in-app store. So, check those out. If you have already completed them, they will not show. So
that's right, because you've completed them.
Right, exactly. So
it makes... Somehow, Rob, that makes sense.
Doesn't it? Who knows? Maybe down the road a legacy version of these things comes out, but for now, if you've completed them, they won't show. We've actually got quite a few people who are already completing the one that started November 15th, and that one includes a 7-day streak. So we knew with that one it was going to take people at least 7 days to complete it, and we are seeing people complete those and get the bouncer now.
I've completed that one, a few days ago now. I completed that one with my 7-day streak as well. Yeah. And like, I'm not sure if I don't think it's just me, to be honest with you, Rob. And that is, when these come out, I want to finish it all in one day.
Oh yeah,
I want to finish not the level 1, 2, but I want to finish it all level 3 in one day. I want to get that hashtag number 1, like Mech. That's what I want.
Yeah. We have quite a few of those people, and they like to post in the Munzee water cooler. Here's what it takes to do all 3 or 4 or 5 levels, and I finished. And sometimes it takes people an hour or 2 hours, and we like to sit back on the gameplay side and slow people down sometimes.
Well, I'll give you a tip if you don't already know this, Rob. From a player to a game developer, to slow people down, don't put cap/deploy. Just put cap.
Oh.
Just say that slowed me down ridiculously. Because why? Because you know what? I can just buy it and deploy. Buy, deploy.
I will say that yes, it will slow people down, except it speeds up their anger and lashing out at those of us in the gameplay designing sector. Yeah.
Well, sometimes people who lash out are very hungry, Rob, and so therefore then this leads us to the new Mech itself, the food primal. Is it primal?
So,
I think that's the way it is. Primal.
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Like the food pyramid. That's what we call it, the food pyramid in the US, right? And I don't know that it's necessarily that all around the world. So in the U.S., we have the food pyramid, and the food pyramid shows like here's all the different numbers of different types of food. Candy is actually not one of them, which I didn't realize because I eat plenty of that. Chocolate not in there. There's sweet stuff in general, sugar.
Healthy stuff.
So it's that kind of thing. And so, it's actually good that you ask, like, what were you thinking? How is this pronounced? All of that, because it obviously doesn't translate to non-English speakers. So, we basically should have a pronunciation guide with some of our.
That could be in an upcoming tutorial.
Here's how you say all of these things, and then you'd have people commenting saying, "That's not how I say it."
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Pyramid. That makes sense now. Maybe between the A and the M, just do a little hyphen or something. Pyramid. Yeah. Yes. So I got my pyramid. Nice. So how do you get the pyramid? First of all, if people don't know this, because we read out the blogs to them. If you don't know how to get the pyramid, if you've got all these mechs already, Breadbot, Banana Borg, Robocado, Milkman, Land Chop, and Sugar Sensory, if you've got those already, you automatically get the food pyramid. Pyramid. I'm saying it wrong still. So you automatically get the food pyramid if you've got those. So Rob, you know what I had to do? I was missing 2, Rob. I was missing the bread and the banana. So I just went to the store, grabbed myself a loaf of bread and grabbed myself a banana, and look at that, bam, I got the food pyramid.
Love it. So here's how this all came about, actually, is those 6 food mechs, as we labeled them internally, whether it was actually written or not out in the blogs, I don't know. But these were available in 2022 as the Munzee pack. So through the Munzee pack, every other month, these were available. So that is how people got them. So what this was is this was actually set up as a surprise gift, a bonus for any of the people who had participated in the Munzee pack all of 2022. And then it is also an opportunity, like this was the first time that we'd put these available for purchase separately.
Yeah, that's really cool. So if you want to get yours, make sure you go to and you don't know how to get it, that's exactly how you get it. Breadbot, Banana Borg, Robocado, Milkman, Land Chop, and Sugar Sensory. Rob, the mailbox, it's officially kicked off, but it officially kicks off today, being December the 1st, with the Peter Cotton mail as well.
Yeah.
How cool is this little fella?
Isn't he great? Just a such a fun little bunny. He's just going to hop around the map. He's going to be hopefully something that people are excited to see land near them.
Yeah.
And part of that is because of one of the special landing pads that he is jumping to.
He gets to land on the golden carrots. I saw that. Yes, little Peter Cottonmouth gets to land on the golden carrots, have a meal. Now, Rob, I've got a few of golden carrots around me, but they're all mine. Is this going to be the same as a normal bouncer? In other words, if it bounces on one of my physicals, I can still cap him?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's the best part. So for all the people who for more than a year have been deploying a golden carrot and not enjoying that because no one comes and caps their physical golden carrots. Yes. Now
That's
you
awesome.
will get to cap your own golden carrots if you've built your own little golden carrot garden somewhere nearby when Peter Cottonmill comes to visit. But
that's really
not
cool.
only Peter Cottonmill. Did you see what else happened?
What?
That's right.
You talk about the golden bunny.
The bunny. Yeah,
The bunny.
It's a golden bunny. Yes,
it is for the golden carrots.
And you know what? That's all. That's the only place. That's where it's landing.
That's the only. He can only land on golden carrots.
He's a premium golden bunny. Now he puts out a lot of points to the host, and there's not any way for any of the players to own them. You can't get one. I can't get one. They are deployed on a Munzee owned account. So these are
MOB.
Yes, but they're a special kind of MOB because they're not going away. Like they're not going to be, it's available only this month. Like this is something that we've put 50 of them out on the map for now. And you'll notice the for now part. Because we want to see. So this is kind of like the nomads. The nomads, there's a limited number of them. We're checking to see what does 50 feel like, and decided to do that instead of going with nomad numbers and putting 10 or 20 of them out there. So go with 50. They bounce around.
Yep.
See how many caps they have. Maybe add more. It should be fun.
I'm sure, Rob, if not already, by the time this comes out, that someone would have posted a photo of it on the Munzee water cooler. Just saying.
There's going to be photos of it. There's going to be so many thank you messages, I am sure. So I can't wait to read those. If by the time you're hearing this, you look at the Munzee water cooler, there are no thank you messages. I will say thank you to whoever writes the first one. Yes. So golden carrot's going to get some love, and the people who deployed them are going to get some good points from capping those golden bunnies.
Really cool. Yeah. That's really cool. So the person who caps it gets some points, and also the person who owns the
landing pad.
Post. Yep. Landing pad gets a I love that. All right, Rob, we're going to move right along here now because we're running in time. Munzee question of the week. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? You are. This is from iBike4M, his name is. And he says this: as we close out the year, Rob, the garden hedges leave the map. What will be the new skin to earn/deploy in 2024? Now, I saw this question come up and I thought to myself, there's no way Rob can answer this yet. But you put it in. I put it in the question component, the question box, and you put it up for today's episode.
I decided, okay, I'll answer the question in my way. So yes, there is a plan. As everyone knows, we've talked about that. It's December, so the end of the year is here. Thankfully, we know that. We've realized it. We're working. We're ending this year with the penguin hedge, and we're starting next year with something in a new line. So, it's going to add a special shine to your garden. I can tell you that much. But we aren't quite ready to throw that first piece of art your way for you to see what it's going to be. But it's going to be one of those things where you'll want to keep up your activity streak so that you can start accumulating this new piece, which I, in my head, nearly said.
And did you hear me? Did you see and hear me? I stopped talking totally. I stopped laughing and I literally watched you. And people, this is not a video podcast. This is an audio only podcast. But I will say this: Rob literally bit his tongue to the point now he's got some blood dripping down the side of his mouth. Like, that's how hard he bit his tongue there when he said we're beginning the year with. Yeah. And then he literally stopped. And I thought you actually, the whole feed paused, but no, it was you. Well, paused.
Well,
good job.
There are some things that we're not quite ready to say yet.
Exactly. So if you want your question for Rob, please submit your question for Rob itself in via personal message to me, either on Facebook, Instagram, or on Discord as well. Now, these questions I've had have been on Discord, Rob. I've really enjoyed Discord. Yeah, Discord server. The Munzee, it's a good server. It's a good server. People say, I don't know how to use Discord, Rob. I'll be honest with you. I never joined Discord until you put it up there. Yeah. Like, I've literally got Munzee Discord. That's it. I don't have any other groups on Discord, just Munzee. So, I actually quite like it.
It's a quick, interactive forum. It really is.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the Munzee tip of the week, Rob, this comes from a player who I know quite well. He's a good mate of mine, MinnesotaBoy. He's also got some Munzee videos on YouTube as well, under MinnesotaBoy. He's his YouTube channel. Now, this tip of the week is actually a really good tip. You read it, Rob. It is. The tip of the week is take full advantage of the presets to filter your map. It makes targeting certain Munzees so much easier, especially at events. Some of my presets include virtual only, physical only, event only, flats only, and I can't never say this word. Cruisies only, and I say sleepsies. Yeah. Cruisies only, and cards. And on the double points weekend, you can create a preset that includes only those that actually are double points. That's a really good tip.
MinnesotaBoy, such a great guy to share all of this stuff. I've met him, hung out with him too. Great guy. Thanks for sharing that tip with everyone.
Yeah. It's really, really cool. Now, if you still don't understand this because it's audio only podcast and you want to see things physically, then Carson, our mate Carson, Buckeye Casher, he has a tutorial on how to set up your filters. It was one of his latest videos. The guy now, Rob, is in full blown college mode. Like, I see some of the photos he posts on different social media. I'm telling you now, this guy is like a genius, Rain Man genius, with all the writing on the walls and different like asterisks and whatever else as well. He's like,
he's got a lot going on. He's really
he's got a lot going on.
He's really taking to that environment well. So that's good. I've got a follow up. Really, really I got a follow up tip to everyone as we go to end this.
Bonus tip from Rob.
Right. It's actually one of the things that everyone should already know, but just in case. So the mailbox, don't forget about the mailbox. You need to cap it every single day. And that's so that you can get the rewards. You also need to just edit the location. Do not undeploy it if you want to move it. So we've talked about that, but it never hurts to say it again. And for those of you who do not have a mailbox, get it before it leaves the store, because that's where the double point weekends for the month of December are happening.
That's right. Yes. So if you want the double points in December, those people, you have to be a mailbox owner as well. People say, Rob, people have said, I've seen this as well on the water cooler, and I'm here as the people's voice, so to speak. I'm not part of Munzee. I'm the people's voice. And people have said, I did notice on the water cooler, they've said, this is not fair for us, players who don't pay for the mailbox. Why can't we have double point weekends? And I say this because I'm paid for my mailbox, right? I paid for my mailbox, and that is a perk of that mailbox. Like the Peter Cotton mail. Those of you who don't pay for a mailbox don't get a Peter Cotton mail. You can cap them, but you can't get him, and get the cap points from him, etc. So same sort of thing here, people, and that is that. Tell me if I'm wrong, Rob. Is that the sort of the avenue you guys are going down there? By this is a perk of the mailbox.
In previous years, we've had people saying, why aren't these things only available to blah, 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 whatever. So there's never a right way. There's never one way to make everyone happy. We know that from all the years. So same rule applies to premium. If we have something that's premium only, that's because the premium members are investing in the future of Munzee, that $30, that monthly subscription, whatever it is. So we appreciate those people who help us along, and sometimes we show that love back to only those people. So get that mailbox.
It's always going to be the way, Rob. We now have the Golden Bunny, for instance, and there's going to be someone out there, Rob, who's going to message the Munzee or you and say, Golden, I prefer silver.
Yep, I wanted red, not green. Yeah, you guessed it. It's okay. It's okay. We understand. We really do.
So, Rob, this ends another official Munzee podcast.
Thanks for joining us on this Munzee adventure.
And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting app. And join us next week for another exciting episode.
And remember, Munzee is more than a game. It's a worldwide community of mobile game players.
So keep scanning, keep discovering, and keep the Munzee spirit alive. 1, 2, 3, Rob, Munzee on.
Munzee on.
That's kind of right. That's kind of right.
Well, I felt it.